The target has superhuman abilities.
I can't pick up ashtrays!
No! People, we gonna... Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. A lot of people, they are eagerly anticipating the Mortal Kombat movie that is going to be on HBO Max in April. Also, going to theaters at the same time, which you know people ain't going. They're going to watch that shit at home. Let's be honest. Just stop lying.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing.
Hey, look, ain't nobody trying to die like these people in Mortal Kombat. Ain't nobody trying to have Mortal Kombat with the theaters out there.
I don't need the Corona fatality. I don't want to see that.
No, hell no. Ain't nobody waiting for Big Ron to talk about get over here. No, ain't nobody doing that, man. So
6 feet.
a lot of people are waiting for it. No matter where they're watching, a lot of people are waiting for it, and that is why they've been little by little been giving people little tidbits here and there, tweets and grams and pictures and just very short videos. And today we did get, well, I don't know about today, but recently we did get some more images out there. They gave us some posters of some of the characters from the new Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out right here, and they look cool. You know, you're getting more of an image of some of the characters out there, and a lot of people are saying, you know what, you changed some things a little bit, but I like the direction. There's only one thing that I see wrong right here. And Warner Brothers, like you, Joseph, Juicy over there, you're like, well, what's going on? Yeah, these posters ain't beating the shit out of each other. Ain't no blood. You know, ain't no blood, ain't no guts, ain't no fatalities. You know, that's cool. But pictures can't beat the out of each other. And that is what we are here to see with Mortal Kombat. And not only do they beat the out of each other, but by the time they're done, blood is on the floor, guts are on the wall, somebody's head is over there on a chair. You know, it's all kind of weird things going on when it's done. Not that we want to encourage violence. There's enough violence in the world as there is right now. But for Mortal Kombat, we damn sure make an exception. That's what people want to see. And that is why Warner Brothers has said, we're happy to bring to you today the red band trailer for Mortal Kombat. And if it's a red band trailer, that means you're going to be covered in red by the time it's done, because it's going to be a lot of blood and guts to go along with it. A lot of people have seen that. Hey, look, blood and guts is cool, especially from a property that you want it from. But is that enough? Is that truly enough? Did it leave people wanting even more? Are people satisfied with what they got? We can't speak for the people out there. What about us? How do we feel? Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer here, the red band trailer. Oh my God, I hope Mr. Twitch don't get mad at us for showing all these blood and guts up in here. Let's watch the red band trailer for Mortal Kombat coming to HBO Max.
The target has superhuman abilities.
I can't pick up ashtrays!
People, we're gonna talk about that. I've been getting all kind of emails. Fuck the trailer. I've been getting more emails today. I've been getting more emails today about Billy's brother's arms.
Yeah.
Like, I've been getting emails about Billy's brothers. We have a dude named Billy Brooks on the show. That is Macabre Brooks' brother right here. I've been getting emails about this dude's arms. Like, this motherfucker really got an injury.
Can you go back to that image? I just love how he's looking. He's like, can you fucking believe this?
These motherfuckers out here, they emailing me like Macabre Brooks really did lose his arms. And by the way, they're not emailing Billy, they emailing me. Man, is Billy Brooks' brother okay? Is he all right?
His arm's okay. They put him back together like Humpty Dumpty. He's doing okay.
Man, they thawed his arms. That ain't no birthmark, man. That's goddamn. That's a rash. That's poison.
That's that really articulately made birthmark. Yeah, I was born with this. No, you fucking weren't.
No, motherfucker.
You had a drunk night and you're like, I'm gonna get a tattoo, and that's what that is.
And that's what that shit is. Dude, you got branded. Or you got some poison ivy and strategically shaped that shit on your body to be what that is.
So, oh my God.
I ain't no birthmark, people. That's a goddamn rash right Leave it up to the Aussie, man, and I give a fuck. Everybody been serious as hell.
Yeah, no, I love that Kano has a sense of humor. That's very good.
It's about goddamn time, man, that we got to this point. You know, give me some live action. Blood and gore, man. Give me some live action violence right here. You know, they never wanted to give us that blood. They never wanted to give us that gore unless it was in pixels, unless it was cartoon blood and gore. You know what? He's like, kill me, man. So I have to hear these goddamn puns and this bad dialogue anymore. He's like, thank you. It took an animated Mortal Kombat movie to bring into the level of violence that we've been waiting on in an adaptation, man. They haven't been doing that. Every time it goes to something that's PG-13 or if you want to get violent, it's got to be cartoon because we don't want to piss off people showing all the real blood and the real guts. And I'm glad that this movie right here said, I don't know it's going to be any good, but I like that they said, fuck it, we going all out with this. And I appreciate that.
I like the fact that they really emphasized in the trailer, like, okay, we're going to give you the blood, we're going to give you the gore. Here's some cool action scenes, both practical. Saw some cool practical stuff and some CGI stuff. And some of the CGI looked, I was like, okay, a little more rendering might be necessary. But overall, I was very impressed of all the choreography that they showed.
The choreography too, yeah. I mean, listen, it's not that I want blood and gore because you know me, man. I mean, I'm not that kind of person. I don't want it just because I like I like gore porn or because it's edgy. But that's what the fucking game is, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do this, be true to the property. That's what it does. And this is what they make the mistake with fans when they make these adaptations right here. They don't give them what they want from what they see in the property, in the game.
Yeah, it has to, I mean, a part of the whole premise, the identity is the gratuity of the violence when it comes down to the regular moves, or of course the most famous thing from Mortal Kombat, the fatalities.
The fatalities,
and if you don't capture that, if you don't capture what the game is about, which is over the top violent kung fu fighting and mixed martial arts, then it's not going to be good. It's always going to fall in front of its face and just be like, it'll turn to camp. It'll be too overly campy.
Yep, it's about goddamn time, and I'm glad that the movie recognized that. I don't know what to expect with the film as far as storytelling quality, and probably not going to be that deep because it's Mortal Kombat. I mean, fuck, come on, let's be honest. But I know what this is. They knew what the fans wanted with this. And we'll talk about some of the other things later, but I don't want to keep going on about the violence, but I mean, that's what this is based on. That's why this is such a such a popular property. That's why it's such a well-known property. And that's why it's such a big staple of pop culture, because throughout time, it was controversial. It was something that was the first of its kind out there. You know, this is why people talk about the game. And that is why when they put this trailer out, they didn't waste no fucking time. They didn't waste no time snapping limbs up in this thing. I love that look on Mehcad Brooks right there, man. You know what he actually does look a little bit like Steve Harvey right there, you know, without having to like Photoshop it, you know.
Surprise Steve Harvey.
Surprise, yeah, that snap right there. You know, he knows, that's that look where he knows he's about to kiss them arms goodbye. He's looking right now like, well, shit, I guess I better learn how to wipe my ass with my feet because these arms ain't gonna be around much longer. He took it like a champ though, man.
Exploded. This was burst.
Yeah, man. It was almost like Scorpion just took 2 bags of Ziploc bags full of Kool-Aid and just squeezed that shit. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah, they got right to the point. Like you all know, that's part of Jax's character is that he loses his arm. You know, yes, the weight changes, but we know that motherfucker loses his arms.
He loses his arm.
It's always violent and disturbing. And Sub-Zero's like, okay, I'll be the one to do it this time. Man, that's a great way to show off the effects they got. Shows up the budget.
I like the way Sub-Zero said, yeah, ask for an ashtray now, motherfucker.
Ashtray, bitch.
Yeah, hey, don't need no ashtray. Can't smoke if you ain't got no arms. Hey, new arms, bitch. I mean, from the very beginning, they're setting up that maybe this will change when we see the movie. Sub-Zero is the baddest motherfucker in the trailer, man.
When we got there. It tore through our unit in seconds.
Your bullets don't mean shit to me.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is adorable.
yeah.
Look at, oh, it's almost, you almost got me. You got halfway there. You almost got halfway there.
You and your little BB gun. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. You know, if I can stop a bullet, wait till I see what I can do with them arms you got over there. You know, this is I love Sub-Zero in this, man. He's the MVP up in this fool, man. He's the coolest one they got. No pun intended, by the way. Not mean that.
No, a lot of love for him in the trailer.
No, a lot of love for him in the trailer. You know, you talk about special moves. I mean, it's almost like they had a cheat code for some of the moves that they had for him in the trailer right here. Love it, man. Boy, I gotta tell you, if you were killed like that, that shit is an honor. You should feel proud about that.
Well, it's cool that they're actually showing all of his combos. And like that was his grapple where he puts you on the ground, he freezes your blood midair, stabs in the back, and then throws you into an ice wall he made behind himself. It was like, oh, we're actually truly for the first time seeing what these moves and combos that we've literally done and played ourselves in countless iterations of Mortal Kombat for years, decades even, what they should look like in live action. It's like, this is really fun, exciting. That's really thrilling. And so far with the showing off of his moveset, it looks very good. As
somebody said, that's a 3-hit combo right there. That is awesome, man. And you know what? That's amazing, man. You know, anybody can be, I love this. Seeing it in live action is actually cooler. You know, when they put CG in and everything, you usually say, nah, you know what? That looks so fake. I mean, come on, we know this CG, but it's the move is so cool that it looks better in live action, man. Hey, look, anybody can get stabbed by an average everyday knife. It's not every day that they take your blood, freeze the shit, and impale you with it, and then throw your ass into a wall full of spikes right after that.
That's insult to injury where they're actually using your body parts against you to fuck you up. Like, what happened to you? I got stabbed to death with my own frozen blood. Wow, that's an interesting story.
They took my blood and made that shit into a magical icicle and impaled me with that shit. You know, when they get right down to like such details as putting in actual combos. You know, things that you got to put in a code to do moves for them. And, you know, memorize these moves. That's amazing, man. That's one of the reasons why I have confidence in this trailer, because it goes to show that they are paying attention to what the fans want out there.
Yeah, and the fight choreography. I also appreciate, it's like, you know, for like a lot of action films or what have you, you know, they always want to do all this editing, these quick cuts. So we got to hide the fact that our actors don't know how to fight. But I do like, at least in the trailer, so what we're seeing, they're holding the camera far back. We're seeing all this, you know, it's like, okay, we're getting a sense of like what they're actually doing. And we feel more immersed in the action, like all these scenes. Now, that could change for the other scenes in the movie we don't know. At least what they're showing, that gives me confidence that the action and the choreography looks like that's what they're going to adhere to and look good. It's like, good.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about some of the other fatalities that they would do, some of the more supernatural, exaggerated fatalities, like, you know, Liu Kang takes fire and turns into a dragon, and then the dragon comes down and eats somebody. You know, when they do this right here, I'm like, all right, you know, you got a big ass fiery wushu eating somebody, and I'm thinking, you know what? How is that going to translate into live action? Can they make that look convincing? And you know what? You saw it in the trailer, man. It was only a brief shot, and I don't know, it might be silly when it's in the movie, but it looks really cool in the trailer from what we saw. That's badass, man.
Yeah.
That really is.
That was one of the things I'm like, okay, hopefully they do a little more rendering. That's the one shot I was like, okay, that is goofy. It's like, you know, it's funny to say of Mortal Kombat, it's like, okay, that's a little too much now. That's a little over-exaggerated. But I do want to see in its full context and see how it's going to actually operate in a fight. We just got this quick shot, so, but yeah, no, again, it just shows that they're adhering to the actual moves and combos and fighting styles of all the characters, which is like, oh, that's a nice little tip to the hat to the fans. So
truly is. No, it truly is. And then, like I say, man, if we're complaining about how they don't do these things enough for the fans, I mean, sometimes fan service is they do that to a detriment. And so it doesn't always work. But here it looks like it's working, man. Plus, now that we're doing this movie in 2021, characters that look rubbery back in the day. I don't have an old picture of Goro, but Goro was just a big old this is just a big old rubber model, man. You know, a big old rubber. It was a big ass rubber puppet, and Goro looks much better here. You know, I like the way that dude's like, shit, I'm fucked.
I don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
I like the way that dude.
We can't recognize you. You are not long for this world.
Oh, that dude is gone. That mother, he's a red shirt from Star Trek. That motherfucker's cannon fodder, whatever. The way you know he's fucked, he didn't even put up a fight. He's like, yeah, that shit, that's my ass. They've paid so much attention to the details of what Mortal Kombat is and what it means to the fans, the longtime fans out there. And I'm not saying I'm one of them because I haven't played Mortal Kombat for a while, but I keep up with it, and I know, you know, sure, especially when we talk about it. You know, we talk about it on the show all the time. I know what it means to fans that love Mortal Kombat. You know, especially the old school fans, man. One of the old school things about Mortal Kombat that fans love is the music, and they were even able to slip in that music. I was talking to a couple of people today, and they were saying, man, I wish they played the music in there. I'm like, you know what? If you listen closely, they did. You know, they gave you a slight orchestral version of it. They put it in there.
It's the orchestral version of all the music from the games. I was like, oh, I could hear it. It's like, oh, that's cool. It just gives it more of an operatic kind of feeling to it. Yeah,
definitely, man. I got a question. I believe it's Liu Kang right here. I'm looking at Liu Kang. And to me, it looks like this character, Liu Kang, why is he cosplaying as Ryu, man? Do you see it?
Yeah, you know, Liu Kang, his outfits always seems to change from game to game. So it's kind of weird to see him in the all. You know what? I think this is this might have been his OG look from the original game, maybe?
From Street Fighter?
Would he have the white uniform? Or the red belt? I don't know. It's like he's not one of those characters I'm like always looking at, like, what's his aesthetic? I'm always familiar with someone like Scorpion or Kano or Sub-Zero, where they have that look. I don't know. Like Liu Kang, I always think of him, he's Bruce Lee. He's Bruce Lee with long hair. But you're right. He does look like Ryu.
I'm sorry, Ryu. Yeah. You're right. Somebody
Ryu Kane. He's Ryu. He's a real Liu Kang. That's
Ryu.
What he is
now, I'm talking about how they're pretty much letting the fans know that, hey, we got you. We paid attention to details. We're giving you what you want. And the thing is, and I would say this, like, it's cool seeing a lot of things here that they do that you see still being brought in with the game. You know, with the game, one of the cool things about the game is that there's so many different backgrounds that the characters fight against. And I think you're going to see that. They're going to fight on Earth. And I love that they're taking it to different parts of Earth, to pretty much the outer realms and you know, the other dimensions and whatnot. I think that is cool, that this is pretty much doing a lot of scenery jumping right here, because that's what the game is all about. Looking at this scene right here, it reminded me of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which I saw like about 5 months ago because we did a bad movie review for it. And that's the only thing I was like, oh, shit, I don't want to be reminded of that movie at all. I wouldn't even put any desert in my movie if that was going to be the case.
I mean, there's always a desert stage in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, there is. There is.
Outworld.
Yeah. So, I'm not even, look, again, not complaining about that. I will say that, and this is not me complaining, and some people, they're going to think that I am nitpicking, and I'm not. I'm just saying that they've done such a good job at bringing this into more of a serious tone. Because the whole time I said, it'd be cool if with Mortal Kombat, if it was something where it just kind of had a wicked sense of humor, where they acknowledge that this is goofy, so we're going to crack jokes and not just be, not be annoying with it, but we're going to acknowledge that this scenario is kind of silly right here, and that's fine. But they're taking a lot of this to a more serious and dark tone, and that's cool. It's just some things stand out with it that is a staple of Mortal Kombat, and you got to do it, and I understand that, but does it really translate well to live action for me? And I said, and maybe it does, but I had to laugh. Listen, you gotta say the line. Yeah. Why do you sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Get over here.
The one thing I'll say is, like, I haven't. There's one other negative thing we'll mention later on, but the ADR is a little weird.
Yeah,
and they sound like Bane. Scorpion and Sub-Zero sound a little like Bane.
It sounds like a combination of. Yeah, it sounds like Bane. It sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger doing a Bane impression.
Yes.
Get over here. Not complaining. You got to say the line. It just sounded kind of crazy. Is it like everything's working for me? That's the way I was like, I started laughing, you know?
Yeah, a little unintentionally funny.
Get over here. Not complaining. Not complaining at all.
Yeah. It might work. Maybe they want to be unintentionally funny.
Yeah,
that's what you want. That's what you want. You want those when they say those lines. You go and it should be in the dumbest circumstances possible when they actually say it, because it's like it's perfect. Because I'm right there with you, man. They are taking it seriously, but I also at the same time don't take it too seriously.
Yeah,
because when you do that, then you come off looking even more ridiculous and unintentionally funny. And I don't know if you'll mention it later, but the Cole Young character, that's the one thing, the audience avatar character, I'm very concerned about. That's the big thing that I'm like, this is the one thing I don't know if that's going to. Again, we haven't seen the movie, but of all the concerns I have, that's number one.
I like the way they chose the whitest looking Asian they could find, first of all.
You know what he is? I realized, he's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he looks like, you know what? He does like Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
And he has the same confused expressions when they're like, listen, so Mortal Kombat's a thing. It's a tournament where the universe comes together and we fight, and whoever wins, we make sure the universe doesn't destroy itself.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like always, every shot.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
confused.
There's a lot of times where they want to say we put an Asian in something and they choose somebody who's half Asian or the whitest Asian they could find. And that's my man. That's this dude right here, man. Yeah. And he does.
They couldn't afford Keanu Reeves. Or like, we'll go with this guy.
I still don't think, just like with black people, I still don't think that they are comfortable with putting a Asian completely in the lead of these. They don't think,
So go halfsies. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Liu Kang. Okay.
Liu Kang, yeah. I'm talking about Liu Kang. Like Liu Kang, they didn't know. Liu Kang, they didn't want to make an Asian. Like, I don't know if this guy's full Asian either, man, to be honest with you. But nobody wants to really go with a full Asian dude unless it's like just really Asian centric. I got to go with somebody who has just sort of a slight European look when they do this, and I was just kind of like, wow,
ethnically mysterious.
Yeah, you know.
Look at it, it's like, I don't know what you are. That's what they want. Character that was like, you already have that character in the Mortal Kombat universe. And that is Johnny Cage. Yeah. He's the guy you put in there goes, and the thing about Johnny Cage is he's the one that goes, what the fuck is happening? He's the audience audience avatar you want, because he's comedic, he's jokey, he's sarcastic, and he's like, this is fucking stupid. I gotta fight to survive. Okay. And that's who you should have lead your movie.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing right here right now, with this, I don't know his work. I don't know what his acting ability is, but how they're positioning him, at least, he seems to be very, very serious, and just the guy there to get exposition delivered to him and shove it down his throat and have reaction like, oh, those kind of reaction shots, which is why I'm concerned about it. Johnny Cage was the obvious answer.
Johnny Cage, I was wondering the same thing too. There's a couple of things I wonder about characters in here. Johnny Cage should have been in the movie, and it's funny because I think with this guy that they got right now, they're trying to have the best of all worlds. First of all, people are saying that this guy can fight. So cool. That of course you want to get somebody who can fight. But I think they didn't want to get Johnny Cage because we're not meeting our diversity quota. But this guy is not completely Asian either. So no, we can't be dinged on that. And I'm going to just say right now, I have no problem with the casting of a character really. But it's I'm not talking about the actor. I don't really go and like to blame actors on things today, man. But I would tell you, this character, he's the least interesting character in everything I've seen. Rala Yava said Johnny Cage was one of the most annoying characters to me. So,
well, I guess I could see him rub people the wrong way. I always loved Johnny because he was the guy that always called out what bullshit this whole thing was and made fun of it, because you need that character to do that. Yeah. Maybe I will say other than Sub-Zero, who I thought was really fun in the trailer, the other character that really impressed me was Kano. I loved his end bit at the end there. We rips that goddamn thing's heart out. That was funny.
Well, you know what? That's what I was going to say, because the other cheesy thing that they do with this is that they have, and it's like the game, but you know, like they did it with the game, they did it with the song. Everybody got to have a roll call. Everybody got to have a checklist. You know, Jax here, Sonya here. You know, everybody, Liu Kang here. You know, they got to have the characters in everything they do. They have to have the characters in one way or another come out and say their names.
That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao.
Lord Raiden.
And here, where's Johnny at? Cage. Where's Johnny Cage?
He was invited.
Nah, you know,
Canceled.
that's the thing. They do that in everything. It's a little corny for the trailer, but I get it. They gotta do it everything. But I will say this: when we say that this needs some humor, the little bit of humor that they had in here, that worked, and I want to see more of that.
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
Kano, man. First, no, is Kano a good guy in this? Are we going to see a betrayal later?
I would. Yeah, Kano's always been portrayed as a bad guy in the game, so maybe he's going to be like, oh, Kano, he's been working with us for a while until he betrays us inevitably in the movie. But I mean, good. You need that scumbag character. The guy you love to hate and who has a great, you know, sarcastic personality. That's what the movie needs.
Yeah,
if he's going to do that. At least in that little bit with we showed the actor, him like, I gotta pull this fucking heart out. I love that. That's what you need with someone like that.
Oh yeah, I think that what's happening here, I definitely think that Kano is going to be a portrayal. Like they think that this guy's good. He's going to end up being an asshole, and the reason why is because he only has scars. He doesn't have the metal face yet. You know,
people are saying like it might be underneath his skin or something like that.
Really.
Yeah.
Or he gets injured.
We have his laser eye. His laser eye is doing the thing.
Yeah, no, his laser eye is doing the thing. So maybe that, or maybe he suffers an injury so bad that they have to go back and reconstruct his face. And then at that point, you know, you already have a metal eye right here. We can build around it or whatever, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, he ends up once he takes on his villainous look, then he goes full villain at that point.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
I don't know. Overall, and you know, for all even the little things, and like I like to have a nice round discussion about these things, man. And I like to talk about the things that I love, and for the most part, I love a lot about this trailer. I think that they're doing the right thing here. But also there's some things, you know, I always say there's concerns here, but for the most part, I really like the direction that they're going in.
I agree. They made a really good first impression, showing off the choreography, the CGI, the practical effects, doing a good job. But overall, it made a good first impression.
Yeah, it did. It did. Looking forward to this very much, man. I'm even looking forward to it more since I have to go to the theater and die for this fucking film, do Mortal Kombat with this movie. April 16th. Watch it at home. April 16th. You can see it in theaters and also on HBO Max. And hey, if you really love this movie, if you want to see all that blood and all those guts as big as possible, then you can go see it on IMAX. It'll be there too.